Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here to celebrate the successful careers of Jay Lageschulte and Mark Poehlman, otherwise our friends at V Integrators. I'm Nancy Plezis, and I serve as your liaison and UFS partner. I've spent the last year working very closely with Mark and Jay, and it was very early on that I recognized the strong relationships and partnerships that they've formed with all of you. It's it was really touching, actually. We couldn't be more grateful that they chose us to continue the support for their customers that they've taken care of so long. To kick off our celebration, I'd like to introduce you to Eric Ferendorf. Eric serves as the Senior Vice President of Technology and Service Delivery here at UFS, and he has worked very hard with Jay and Mark this year to make sure that Mark and Jay have confidence that their processes and all of the work that they've done with you have been integrated into our teams. So Eric, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Nancy. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be included in this appreciation and celebration of Mark and Jay. It was 46 years ago when Mark and Jay began their journey together as V Integrators, almost a half a century ago. Let's give that some thought. 1979 was the peak popularity of disco music. And if you did not know, you know now that Jay had an ownership stake in a disco dancing venue in Omaha, Nebraska called, are you ready for this? The Jailhouse. Make this up. In 1979, the popular music of that year was YMCA by the Village People. Maybe Jay can show us some YMCA moves a little bit later. And what about technology? What was technology like in 1979? Well, the internet was not invented until January of 1983, so V Integrators is older than the internet. Now, fast forward to 2024, last year, I was introduced to Mark and Jay through the news that UFS had just acquired a small and successful company named V Integrators. I was asked to be their manager. And I was told with an understanding that they had not had a manager in a very long time, but they are the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And so it was true. They are so nice, so professional, so competent, high integrity. And as you all know, they are two very impressive people. What a great fit for UFS. Mark and Jay have had a tremendous impact on all of their customers and community banking. They have helped their customers remain relevant so all of you can serve your communities. They've done it all. Marketing, sales and contract management, design, configuration, hardware ordering, vendor management, vendor billing, hardware installation, change management, project management, 24/7/365 support, strategic planning, relationship management. They did it all, and only two of them, the impressive and remarkable them. Together with a few dozen other UFS experts, Mark and Jay have informed us about the amazing customer relationships they have built, and they have trained us all on what they do and how they do it. And so now I'd like to hear from the team. I'd like them to reflect upon the past year and the past half century. I'll start with Mark. Mark, could you please provide a few words of reflection for all of us?
Sure, I will. I will tell you, this morning it occurred to me that it's not going to be so easy to say goodbye as I had originally thought. I have really grown fond of all the folks at UFS, and I've always been fond of all of our customers. And so I do want to thank you all for being here today and showing your support for Jay and me. And I'm not surprised that there are so many people here because you've been here to support us for years, and we really appreciate that. So thanks for being here. And then I also want to thank you for being here to witness Jay and me as we become non-productive drags on society. I appreciate that. Of course, you know, that's not really in our DNA, but what is in our DNA is this. We have a great appreciation for our customers. And we both know that no business can be successful without great customers. And we have been fortunate to have the very best. So I want to thank you for that. Your business, your loyalty, your friendship have meant so much to us that we're never going to forget it. And I don't think words could express our gratitude enough. So anyway, thank you for joining us on our long journey. It's been fun. You've been a big part of our long journey. And we wish you the best on the remainder of yours.
As Mark mentioned, our customers are what drove us. 46 years ago, when Mark and I started at Burroughs, that's a name people haven't heard for some time. We were both young. We were young guys, and we both had the attitude. We found it out real quick. Just get it done for the customers. And we both had the attitude, if it wasn't right, just don't do it. That translated into our business. You, our customers, and we kind of like consider you more like friends at times, I think. You made what V Integrators what it needed to be. We had talked about V Integrators, like any business. We started off with a business plan, and on day 3, we ripped it up and threw it out the window because it just wasn't going. Our idea was not what your idea was. So we built V Integrators to be what you really needed it to be. We just believed it was always driven by, if we didn't think it was right, just don't do it. That's part of why we picked UFS. We feel the people within UFS, especially the people, and UFS as a company, from the culture down, from the head down in their culture, just says, just do what is right. And that's why we feel we've moved into a new place to where we think you guys are in great hands. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this, because, like I said, we treat you as customers, but more importantly, I think we treat you like friends. We feel of you as friends. So once again, can't thank you enough for joining us today.
I will say that I have enjoyed both of their company outside of the work that they did for us. And I'll miss it.
You guys, I hope you have a good retirement. I hope you get your Social Security checks. I hope they figured that part out.
I think if you ask them, I may be one of their first customers when they started V Integrators.
Indeed.
You were number 2.
And number 2. Oh shit, Jay! I wanted to be number 1. Why have I never been number 1?
I'll tell you what, it was a real close tie.
It was a close
I think
tie.
you could, if you were number 2, you were only led by a nose. That's for sure.
For those of you that didn't know Jay back in the day, if you can picture him with long hair down to his shirt collar, and in a white coat that I'm not sure whether he was a chef or an engineer, but I came away from that first meeting, and I'm thinking, this guy looks exactly like Doc Brown in Back to the Future. He had this long hair, he had the white coat, and he had this box in front of him that was all full of magic. As most of the people that are on here will admit, there was absolutely no second thoughts when you guys started your own company. We had been dealing with you with Burroughs for years. We knew the integrity, we knew the quality, we knew the friendliness. As many nights as we stood there in the server room just shooting the bull back and forth, it's like these are good guys.
This was a relationship of trust, and after the first time they came in, we got this call from, I don't remember if the first call was from Mark or Jay, and it's like, we think we can do this for you guys, and you're always a little gun shy, but so we signed with them for support, and after our first year with them, we knew we could trust them. They would always offer us what they felt was the best solution for us, not the what would help their pocketbook the most, and that was always important to us. I can think of 2 times in particular that I called Jay in emergency situations. One time he was driving through the Florida Keys on family vacation, and I think he probably talked to me for about 50 miles and walked us through some problems. And another time, I'm fairly certain Jay was up in Alaska, and he took our call. And Mark was the same way. If we couldn't get a hold of Jay, we'd call Mark, and they never refused to answer their calls. And you don't find that kind of service anywhere.
I remember calling for support one day, and Jay answered. He said, "Well, I'm sitting here on a beach." I said, "What the hell are you doing taking my phone call then, Jay?" But he calmed me down, and because obviously it's a panic mode when we call either one of these guys. Usually they, want to hear from us for friendly reasons, but it's almost always panic. So But he did answer when he was on the beach, and I've always, and that's a number of years ago, and I've always felt A, horrible for that, but B, always appreciated it.
So guys, you're not just friends, you're family. And I really think that you're pioneers and legends both. So we are definitely going to miss you guys, and the trust we have in you, the integrity that you guys have each and every day. And you're just solid. You're just solid people, and we're really going to miss you. And I don't know what I'm going to do without you, but I know UFS is going to step in and fill those shoes. But uh, yeah, we miss you.
Mike Tempest, can I call on you?
I've only known these guys a short period of time, but I see Jay, I saw you laughing about that. So we actually had an opportunity to meet in late 2023. And so my role with the company is that I'm the CEO of the company. I spend most of my time doing merger and acquisition work. And so what I do is I meet people like Jay and Mark and build relationships and evaluate those opportunities for us as we think about, how that looks as it relates to building out products and services to serve our customers even better. And I find that there's like in the first meeting, usually in discussions like this, as you're getting to know people, there's a dividing line between people. And it's really easy to see in this particular line of work. Either the people say something like, how much money are you going to pay me for my company? Or they say something like, how are you going to take care of our people and our customers? And I'll give you one guess on which direction Jay and Mark headed after during our first discussion, and it took them, I would guess, about 5 minutes to put that on the table to say, hey, we're looking for a succession plan, but the most important thing is how you take care of our customers. And so let's spend our time talking about that. Thank you. Thanks for entrusting this organization into our hands, and we'll seek to serve these customers as well as you have. And that's those are some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I'll be brief as well. But hello, everybody. This is Eric Jones. I have known Mark and Jay for a little over a year, I guess, but really had one kind of fun story of getting to know them better when a group of us met up in Lincoln, Nebraska last May. And not only got to spend some time with them, but got to meet their wives, and ended the night at a place called the Starlight Lounge in Lincoln, which is a really fun martini bar for those that have been there. But their wives were actually talking about going on a vacation trip overseas together. And I just made me think how cool it is now that hopefully their wives will invite them to go with Mark and Jay to go with them as well. But I hope that we're able to provide them that, flexibility and leeway to do some things like that. And at the same time, really hope that we can stay in touch as well. But thank you, Mark and Jay, for all that you've done for us and for your clients over the years.
And Mark and Jay have been integral in my success at this company in our platform. We've been through a lot together. Had multiple different iterations of our platform, and can't thank you guys enough. We've been through a lot. Had some hardware stuff that we've worked through. They've built us a wonderful system, and we look forward to the UFS relationship. But I can't say enough to both of you. I thank you very much for everything from my perspective of being new to this bank and trying to build the best succession that I could.
So I've worked with Bill Weber, who spoke earlier, for the last 13 years. When I came on here, I remember him talking about the mad scientist of VMware, Jay. Mark and I particularly have worked a lot together over the last several years. I think we've found a lot of common ground outside of work, whether it be hunting or home brewing or fish keeping or anything of the sort. He's become more of a friend than a vendor. So I'm happy for you guys. It's well deserved. We'll certainly miss you. But you have my number. Keep in touch.
As we were sitting here thinking about stories, Eric sort of stole mine. I was thinking about that time we had together in Lincoln and getting to know your wives, and it just shed so much light on the two of you as well. I felt like I knew you both so much better after spending more time with them. But what was really cool was just to see the way that you guys have built a friendship with each other over the years and managed to do work together, but also like just kind of do life together. And it was really inspiring to me to watch your relationship. And I think it's cool that you get to sort of do this together now as well. So super excited for you guys and glad that you don't have to spend quite as much time sitting in a meeting with me with this background behind you. But you're welcome to come join us anytime for one of these fun meetings. We'll invite you back and you can just pop on with your background and we'll spend a little more time together if that works out for the two of you. But I will definitely miss you, and it's been just a joy to spend a bunch of time together. So thank you guys.
Again, revolutionized the way that we do IT here at First National Bank of Newtown, and really appreciate both Jay and Mark, your expertise and your willingness to not only come in and help us out, but then teach us along the way as far as how we can use it. So appreciate it. And we'll miss you guys. I hope you enjoy retirement greatly. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Okay, any luck, Sarah, on or Nanette? I think we might be broken on here. I saw one other name, Jacob. Would you like to share?
Yeah. I've known Jay and Mark for about 6 years now. They were with the bank before I got here, and they've just been the best third party for us to have on our team. You know, it's a really great asset to have for them to come down and install our servers. And like it was just said, you know, there's no okay, we think we're gonna do this and we're gonna bring up this server and we're gonna install this hardware and something goes wrong. You know, they walk in the door, you know what is going to happen. And it's been a very valuable relationship with them to be able to. I don't think I ever sent an email or asked a question to them that they didn't have the answer immediately. It was on the phone, and less than half an hour, I'd send something out, and boom, they'd be on the phone and had the answer right there. And so they very knowledgeable people, you know, and we're really going to miss them.
Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, it's been great with you too.
Thanks so much. And one more, we have Rhonda, who would like to give her wishes to you guys.
Absolutely. Many stories, not going to share. We just appreciate all you've done for us, the many, many years that you've serviced us. Just happy for you. Happy that you are retiring. It's well deserved. Both of you have serviced the banking industry very well. Happy retirement. Think of us and think of us when you're out vacationing. You know, Eric knows I love to travel. I love vacation. So you think of us when you're out having fun and we're back here working.
Okay.
Thank you, Rhonda.
You're welcome.
Oh, Sarah, you're fixed. I'll let you go next.
Try. Can you hear me now?
Yay.
Can you hear me now? No?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I guess one thing that I wanted to share was all of the years of random issues, things that we couldn't figure out with other vendors or with Fiserv, those kind of things that maybe had absolutely nothing to do with Mark and Jay. We always knew we could call them and at least bounce it off them. If they didn't know, they might know a friend that had something that had it before, and that was always a really great resource to have. And I guess if I go back to the memories, kind of recent, I think it was 3 years ago, we had our new equipment install scheduled for about a month out, and our existing system decided it was pretty much done for and started to crash. And it was a Saturday night, evening, 10 p.m. maybe. I don't remember what made me come in and check things, but more hard drives had failed. And I called Mark and he said, you know what, I'm getting on a plane, I'll be there tomorrow. and he did, he came and we got it done, and before everything actually had a chance, and that's amazing customer service.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you all very much for sharing the stories. And I just want to give Mark and Jay another opportunity to share their appreciation. Mark?
I got to say, it's very heartwarming to see all these people here. And thank you so much for everything you've done for us over the years. I know you're giving us a lot of credit, but you deserve credit as well. We wouldn't have existed if not for you. So thank you.
The integrators, we would not have done this without you. It was a lot of business, but a lot of friendship, a lot of understanding. We all knew where each of us was coming from, but we all knew where we needed to go, and that's kind of what was able to make this. That we both had the same long-term vision in place, and it's been an honor to help everybody get there. So hey, thank you so much. Can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank you all enough.